in, and we will have plenty of time for everybody to get in our presentation, but then also ask any questions that you may have. We'll go ahead and start with introductions. I'm going to go ahead and let the chamber staff introduce themselves, and then we'll go around the room. So why don't I start with Bruce, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself. You're on mute, Bruce.
Mute there. Oh, now it never fails. I've only been doing this for since February. Anyway, I wanted to welcome everyone and thank you for making time for the membership orientation. This is a very important tool that's extremely critical for our new members coming on board, but also for our existing members. It's a really good refreshment. I just really can't tell you how much I appreciate the work of the ambassadors, the volunteers that you'll see today. That'll be presenting different components of our membership. And so I'm going to back off and let them do the talking. I always think it's best to come from the loyal members and users. But if there's something that, I can support or answer a question, I'll stick around for that. But again, thank you so much for being part of membership orientation today.
Thanks, Bruce. Really appreciate it. Tabitha, feel free to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Tabitha Carpo, and I'm the membership manager here at the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce. So thank you again for all of you that are joining us this afternoon. Here at the Chamber, my primary job is to help with all the new members as well as our existing members and their employees to make sure that they're staying engaged at the Chamber and making sure that they take advantage of all of the benefits that come with membership so that they're getting a great ROI each year. In addition to that, I help with some of the different events and committees. So I am the staff liaison for the Membership Development Committee as well as the Ambassador Council. And then in regards to events, I am the one who does the business after hours, the CEO briefings, and our ribbon cuttings. We are just in the process of hiring a new events coordinator, and we look forward to announcing that a little bit later this week or at the beginning of next week. But that position is the one that handles all of our major calendar events. Tasha?
Hi, everybody. My name is Tasha Salon. I'm the manager of programs and communication here at the Anchorage Chamber. I take care of our weekly Make It Monday forums. So I would be the one that you talk to about getting your 3 to 5 minute member presentation set up, as well as accepting any proposals you might have for full Monday forum presentations. I also do our Chamber Academy luncheons. Those are similar to Make It Mondays, but they're a little bit more hands-on, like workshop style luncheons. Normally those would be in person and we would give you lunch along with it. But right now, along with everything else, they're virtual via Zoom. I'm also the director of our Young Professionals group. And so you'll hear more about that later, but feel free to reach out with any questions you might have about that. The email is ypg@anchoragechamber.org. And in addition to those, I handle all things communications along with our e-news, social media, website, all that good stuff. So I look forward to meeting you all both virtually and hopefully in person sooner than later. Josh?
Yeah, thanks, Tasha. And Tabitha, Tasha, and Bruce are just such great partners and really good advocates for businesses here at the Anchorage Chamber. So thank you all for what you do. We'll go ahead and go around the room here and introduce ourselves. So Sharissa, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi there, my name is Sharissa Habiger. I'm a volunteer on the Anchorage Chamber's Ambassador Council and have been since 2015. By day, I work for the American Cancer Society here in Alaska as the Director of Community Development. I'm really happy to be here and thankful for all of you to learn more about the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce.
Great, thanks, Sharissa. Jack, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name is Jack Mander with Aurora National Insurance. We're a locally owned and operated insurance brokerage firm specializing in Alaskan businesses. Make sure you're properly protected. and also volunteer with the the Chamber Ambassador Committee. Always get the words mixed up, what order to say them in. So the Ambassador Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Really appreciate it. Sharon, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sharon Patrick. I am by day the Public Relations Manager for the Better Business Bureau, but my involvement with the Chamber, I'm the current chair of the Young Professionals Group. I sit on the Ambassador Committee and the Board of Directors.
Awesome. Thanks, Sharon. Really appreciate it. And Sharon is also a great MC and host. So thank you for doing that, Sharon. Karen Lane, are you able to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Karen Lane, and I am with who am I with these days? I'm with PDC Engineers, and I am an admin assistant here, and I volunteer with the Ambassadors Committee.
All right. Great, Karen. Really appreciate it. We'll go ahead and let our guests introduce themselves. If you want to just briefly introduce yourself, maybe mention where you work, and then if there's anything specific that you're looking to get out of our meeting today to learn more about the Chamber, feel free to share that as well, because we want to make sure we get you the information you need. So Michael, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Michael Downs. I'm the president of the largest and oldest veteran service organization in the state of Alaska, American Legion Jack Henry Post 1. And I am just super interested in improving our membership. 3 years ago, we had 400. We're up to 650 now. And I want to do everything I can to advertise and get the word out.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. And we can connect after the call. I actually chair our Veterans Team Member Network for Wells Fargo Bank here in Alaska. So we might be able to visit more about that. Kayla, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kayla. I work for Criterion General. I'm a projects coordinator. I help out in the office a lot, getting projects kind of shuffled around, making sure they're all on track. We're not officially at Criterion's not officially a member yet, but I'm just here trying to learn more and take some back to my team to see what we can gain from being part of this organization.
Great. Thank you, Kayla. Very excited to have you out. Amanda, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, actually, that's my daughter's name.
Okay.
Apparently, I didn't change it before I got up here, but my name is Donna Van Flyne, and I am a co-owner with Gail Berkey of Vortex VR. We're the first virtual reality entertainment center in Anchorage. And we had the pleasure of opening during a pandemic. And so all of our business plans are a little bit thrown around, but we understand after talking to several people and talking to people from the Chamber that we thought it would be a great opportunity for us to meet some other business owners, maybe do some team exercises, or host holiday parties if that's actually going to go on this year. But we're looking to just integrate into the community, into the business community, and get to know more folks.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Donna. Really appreciate it. And the next person, I'll probably mispronounce your name, but Emilia?
That's close. It's Aaliyah. My name is very misspelling. There's extra letters in there. I am with Beechtree Diagnostics and Molecular. We are a COVID testing site. We have partnered with Capstone, and the governor has sent us up here to help set up some faster results. And we also do some toxicology labs so that we can get better results of drug testing and things like that. And we're just been sent up here to save lives.
Great. That's awesome. So glad to have you. So are you fairly new to Alaska then?
Actually, I'm not. They hired me to be their government liaison to work with different government agencies. I've been here for 4 years. My husband's in the military, so that's what brought us up here. And that's all I know is government stuff. So it's been fun to be on the other end of a business type adventure. So it looks a little different and feels a little different, but it's exciting to work with you all.
Perfect. Well, we're very excited to have you today, and it's a really crucial thing that your business is doing there. So thank you very much.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
All right, next, Gail Berkey, if you could introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, I'm Gail Berkey. I'm the other co-owner of Vortex VR, so the new virtual reality entertainment center. I think Donna pretty much summed up what we're looking for. The only couple other things I might add would, if we could get involved in a ribbon cutting, we'd also like to be involved with the YPG as far as hosting events and things like that. But yeah, in general, we're just trying to get more involved with the community and see what we can learn from it all.
Great. Thank you, Gail. Very excited to have you. And Brian Alvey, if you'd like to introduce yourself now, that'd be great.
I am Brian Alvey, and I'm with the American Legion with Michael Downs, and I am wanting to learn more about what our membership can do to help us grow.
Perfect. Well, very nice to meet you, Brian, and we really appreciate all the work you're doing, and I think the chamber will be great for your organization. I think it'll be a great partnership. So it was really great to meet everybody. We have such a great group on the call today. A great mix of chamber staff and ambassadors and new members and folks that want to learn more about the chamber. And I'm really excited for the meeting. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Charissa to talk about the advocacy work that the chamber does.
Great. Thanks, Josh. I always like to say, we're here today to share with you what your benefits are as Anchorage Chamber members. And I always like to say that advocacy is the best kept secret of your Anchorage Chamber membership. And really, it's not just a member benefit. It's really a gift that the Anchorage Chamber gives to its members so that we have a collective voice in the state legislature and then in the municipal assembly. So some of you may be lucky enough to have your own lobbyist staff that speak with legislators about issues impacting your business or about legislation you feel would help your business at both the municipal and state level. But most of us are not that lucky. And so that's where the Anchorage Chamber comes in. The Anchorage Chamber really takes a pulse from its members on legislative issues that are impacting or will impact your business. They do that via listening to their members through things like surveys. So just quick tip, make sure you're subscribed to member news so you get all the Anchorage Chamber emails, and you can do that by either visiting anchoragechamber.org or contacting Tabitha. But that's a really quick and easy way that the Anchorage Chamber hears from its members in terms of what issues are impacting them or could impact them when it comes to legislation. The Anchorage Chamber has two committees, a legislative committee, which meets the last Monday of the month at 3:30. This month it's on November 30th. To talk about state legislative issues, as well as the Municipal Activities Committee, which meets the third Wednesday of the month. So it's going to be on November 23rd at 1:30. And those committees really are the ones who, discuss those issues, what's impacting their members, and how does the chamber need to act? What are the issues that we're going to speak on to our legislators? And then when it comes to our legislative work, the legislative committee does usually do a fly-in to Juneau during the legislative session, pre-COVID, but we'll always make sure they are, we don't know what the new year will look like, but we'll be speaking with members of the Alaska legislature to talk about issues impacting Anchorage Chamber member businesses. So the legislative committee is a closed committee, but anybody can attend the meeting to share what's on your mind concerning pieces of legislation that could be impacting your business. And the Municipal Activities Committee is open. But if you have questions about either of those committees, if you want to get involved with those committees, to join those committees, or if you just have a question you want to put forth to them, feel free to let any of your ambassadors know. Feel free to let the chamber staff know, and we'll make sure that you get connected. But certainly don't be shy, particularly if you don't have your own lobbyist and there is something pressing and you really want to share something because you feel it's important. Chances are what you're feeling is also impacting another chamber member business. So it's important that we have our voices heard collectively. And that's just one of the greatest gifts that the Anchorage Chamber gives us, is a voice when it comes to issues impacting our business in the Alaska Legislature and the municipality of Anchorage. Any questions on advocacy? Okay, with that, we will move on. Should I kick it back to you, Josh?
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Hi, sorry, I have my thing on mute. Are you guys taking a position at all with the municipality and their closures and the sort of things they've been doing with COVID? Are you guys at all involved with that?
There have been some emails come out on certain issues. I might let Tabitha or Bruce speak more to that, if you don't mind.
You see if Bruce is going to pop on. There
Yeah.
we go.
Bruce,
I figured that would come my way. Yeah, actually that's a great question. And, with our position and certainly our commitment to business, we're just doing what we can to make sure we represent business. Now, this is a kind of a long-winded, we want a reasonable approach, I guess is what I'm saying. You're not going to see us necessarily come in fully behind a government mandate unless it absolutely takes business into consideration. And right now, we've sent out a letter of support, which was originally a position drafted by the, I think it's the Anchorage Hospitality Beverage Association, ATIA, and Downtown Partnership. And basically they're saying, we're going to comply to all these rules. We're going to ask our patrons to comply to these rules. And we ask you as a general public to do the same thing, because really what happens and what we've seen happen in the past is the restaurants and the bars and those places, end up, being shut down, and we got to keep the economy going. So we just want to make sure that our membership is at the table, and we've been a pretty strong advocate, pretty demanding on this, is that, we want to be in front of the mayor and whoever else is contributing to making these decisions to make sure they hear any recommendations coming from the industry itself. So I guess number one, we're going to be very supportive of business. Number two, we're going to be very responsible as well. We know that the more that this COVID-19 spreads, the more it's going to hurt people, hurt public health and the economy. So we're taking a very cautious stand on that.
Thank you.
And one of the cool things that has come out of all this COVID craziness is just how we have been able to advocate over the last year. So our Chamber of Commerce is in the top 100 Chamber of Commerces for the entire United States. So through that, Bruce has been able to sit on some of the federal boards even, and bringing our chamber's needs to the forefront, even on a federal level, which has been really neat. And then Tasha, Bruce, and I have sat on different components of ERTF, nonprofit, and how COVID is affecting it, and how we will kind of give them feedback from our members, but then also to just continue to advocate that the balance of things. Let's keep people safe, but to varying degrees of support. But what has been awesome is this year, we've really been able to focus on our advocacy efforts, even more than we normally do. So that being said, we also plug in our when they're looking for small business teams, and with some frequency, the municipality or the nonprofit, little sub board will reach out to us, and we'll put forward our members. So if that's something that you guys are passionate about or want to be engaged in, feel free to drop me a line, and then you're on the short list. But be prepared. I will start volunteering you guys.
Yeah, and thank you for the question. Are there any other questions for Sharissa on the advocacy front? All right, and thank you so much, Sharissa, for presenting. We really appreciate you for all that you're doing. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Jack to cover networking. So, Jack, go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you very much. And as you saw in the note on the side, my internet connection has been dropping. So if it suddenly drops, it's not that I've ignored you, it's GCI's fault, whoever we want to blame for it. It's really for networking, which is one of the other missions that the Chamber has, not just the advocacy, but also the networking, helping to grow and expand your business. Now, obviously, it's a little bit trickier, a little bit different in the COVID world. You know, pre-COVID, we'd have our Make It Monday luncheons at the Denina Center downtown, the business after hours in person at different businesses every month around town. Right now, all of that is virtual, but we've started adding some virtual events such as the business-to-business referral, which was actually yesterday afternoon. Where you just log in and it connects you automatically with another person. You get about 5 minutes to kind of exchange information, see if you can work together, see what's in common. And then you go on to another one, kind of almost like a round robin speed dating thing, which seems to be working pretty well. There is the Chamber Business After Hours tomorrow virtually, sponsored by Alaska Regional Hospital. All the links are online and I can show you real quickly how to find that, but also networking events in general. And I'm going to go ahead and share the screen here. So from here, you should be seeing the Chamber's website here, the anchoragechamber.org. Usually the best way to find out what events and stuff are going on is go to the Chamber calendar. Well, first go to Get Involved, Chamber calendar. And you can see here the November calendar, which we are most of the way through. But for example, you can see the membership orientation right here, virtual business after hours, Alaska Regional Hospital, the YPG events that are tomorrow and Friday and Saturday, and Sharon will speak to that more. And then you can also go ahead and look in here to like December, which is kind of there, but everyone's welcome to attend, whether it's board meetings, ambassador council meetings, young professional groups, Make It Monday events, the luncheons there. And to find out more about a given event, just click on this right here. And it takes you into the event in more detail. You can register right there, set reminders, and it also gives you more information down here as far as Tasha to connect with or send emails or anything like that. As far as what is kind of the point of networking, it's basically a way to get out word about your business in a more relaxed, informal environment. Even at the virtual events, everyone's there to network. So don't feel shy about, if you do a certain business and you see another business that, hey, this is someone I want to partner with, someone I want to work with. Don't feel shy about connecting with them. Now, each platform is slightly different, whether it's the Zoom ones where you have on the side here, you can just click and talk to a certain person. We do a couple other ones here too, where you can click on that person's icon. It gives you their contact info. You can send them theirs to follow up with later. And don't be shy about reaching out. If you're not comfortable with just reaching out to strangers, contact really any of us at the Chamber, any of the ambassadors, Tabitha herself, Tasha, and say, hey, I'd like an introduction to so-and-so, and we would be more than happy to provide it just to, help businesses and help get the word about what you do and help you make connections in the community. So biggest thing is don't be shy or don't be too shy. And if you're looking for help or looking for introductions, please reach out to any of us and we can help you out. So with Aurora National, and that's the networking part.
Thanks, Jack. Really appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions for Jack on the networking opportunities?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go for it.
So just looking at that at a glance, so some of these things cost money, is that correct? And some are free, or how does that typically work with the different type of events?
I will let Tabitha answer that one in a little more detail than I do.
Sure. So some of the events, so like Business After Hours is $20 for non-members, but for members, it's always free. And one thing to keep in mind, I know that for right now, you guys are a smaller staff, but as you find success and extend, the amount of employees that you have. All employees are covered by your guys' membership. So if you aren't able to come, but you think it might be a good fit for any of your employees, remember that your chamber membership encompasses all of your employees. So some of them are free, some of them are discounted for members. So like our chamber academies, our Make It Monday forums, there is a cost involved with that, but our chamber members always get a discount compared to what it would be for just the general public. And then depending on the level of membership that you came in at, sometimes there's some freebies that are involved with that. But Business After Hours is sponsored by a member. So like this month's Business After Hours is sponsored by Alaska Regional Hospital. And so that allows us to make it free for all of our chamber members to come out and network.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Gail. Were there any other questions for Jack? All right, well, Jack, thank you so much. Jack is always at the events, networking. So I'm sure if you go to any of the events, you will see Jack there. Next, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Karen to go over website and social media.
Hello, give me just 1 second and let me get this up here. Aha, okay. Hopefully you can see my screen. Okay, we're going to take you back to the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce website. The front page that you normally get to, or when you first land on it, is going to be your non-member landing page. Let's get there. So when you get to here, as Jack was mentioning, oops, hang on 1 second, I've got something in my way. As Jack was mentioning, you can navigate through the website and find out what's going on through our top banner up here. Now, when you are visiting this website as a non-member, before you log in, you have limited resources. You do get to see the member news and the calendars and all the different things that are happening with the committees. However, when you do log in, we're going to go ahead and this is what your landing page is going to be. This will be focused mostly on your company because the employees of your company are all considered members. You can go ahead and add them into your company information. You'll want to make sure that this information is updated on the website so that it includes all of your information for the social media as well, so that we can connect back to you when people are trying to locate your company. One of the greatest things that I found is that you can add your employees directly from the site, and it makes things easier for registration when you are registering for different events like the Make It Mondays or the Business After Hours. You can easily jump right in and register your folks. On this page, you also have connections to your website, which right here, I was hoping it was going to go right to our website, but it didn't. So ours looks like is a little bit outdated, and I only say that because we were recently acquired by another company. So I haven't updated all of our information yet. But from here, you can reach out and find what is going on with the chamber. Here is your news. You can register for events that are coming up, and you can also see what the status of your member profile is. You can contact different companies through here with the business to refer business, or you can do the, what is it? It's the member to member. That's what it is. Member to member resources, right? No. Sorry about that. Okay, well, once we've updated, once you have kept all of your information updated on about your business, you can then see it in the directory. From the directory, you can pick up, like, see here is the Ambassadors Council, and this would be those folks that are involved with this, with the Ambassadors Council. Let's see, let's jump out of that. And our directory is actually very helpful. You can find anyone that is a member, current member, through here by either listing a name, a person's name, or their business. Let's just go, we'll go PC, And here is our information, which will take you to our webpage. So the nice thing about making sure that your information is updated is so that folks that are contacting you through the website can get a hold of you with your current information, as well as knowing what you are doing in the community. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the events. This section, again, I'm sorry. Did you have a question? Okay. So the section for the events is quite helpful. You can see what is going on. Here is our event for today, and being in the member portion of the website, you can quickly just register for the event. Again, that is super helpful. You can add and check into any event, or you can register for any event from that page or from the actual calendar on this section. So you can still register from either side of the web page if you go in through the non-member portion or through the member section. It just makes it easier for everyone all the way around. The resources section in this portion of the website I noticed was a little bit empty, and I believe the reason for that is because you can access all of the information from the main page. And I noticed that here they've got the resources up for the COVID, so we can keep everybody up to date on what is going on. This portion of the resources, I'm not exactly sure how it has been used outside of COVID, so I'm not really quite familiar with this section. Another thing that is handy are the reports. You can see who has been viewing your information, as well as anything else that's going on. Here is the member news that was mentioned earlier, and you just go ahead and boom, here is our news. And you can go ahead and add news, you can manage your news, you can view it, you can make suggestions for other folks as well. And it also allows you to reach out to other people and inquire about what's going on with them. And then you can also have your job postings here. These are going to be advertised only with this portion of the web page. It will be between the members. So this is going to be, you have to be logged in to see this portion of it. And these are just different positions that are available right now through different members. And you can visit their website and see what's going on with that particular position or the qualifications that they are looking for. It's awesome. So now we're going to break over to our social media, which, oops, I put something in my way. So here is our social media page for the Ambassadors Council. We like to keep information on here on what is going on, the different events that we have coming up. Again, here is the new member orientation, letting folks know who is going to be there. By putting a like on there or any sort of a share, it does increase the visibility on the page and in Facebook. So we do encourage folks to go ahead and make those thumbs up on those pages. Another one of our committees is the YPG, the Young Professionals Group. Oops, sorry folks. The Young Professionals Group, which is very involved in the community, and they also include all the information that they have going on with folks. It's also a great way to just communicate within our organization as well. It is open to the public, and I believe you have to be invited to the group. Is that correct?
Anyone can request to join. They just have to be a young professional here in Anchorage.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me see. Was there anything else? Oh, the events. That was the other thing, right? Okay. So because networking is a really big thing for the chamber, a lot of the events will be on our pages, on the YPG as well as the Ambassadors Council. And you'll want to go and you can just flip through these in the different tabs on the top. Again, here is our member orientation and our next upcoming, I guess that was last week, grand opening and ribbon cutting. So if you want to see what was going on previously, you can, and you can see who attended and what happened at that event. Let me see. Was there anything else that I was supposed to cover?
That was really great, Karen. Thank you. So we are on all of the different social media platforms. Facebook is where we see most of our engagement. And we do have another relatively new group that's just Anchorage Chamber members group. So that's really where we're encouraging people to make those business to business connections and post their different events. We can put that out just on our public Anchorage Chamber page in general, if it's something that's a community-wide event or something special going on. But in addition to Facebook, we are on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn. So if your business is on any of those platforms, feel free to make sure that we make those connections and that we're following one another.
Thanks, Tabitha, and thanks, Karen. Did anybody have any questions for Karen? Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Karen, so much for giving us that overview. Next, I'm going to turn over to our YPG chair, Sharon Patrick, to share a little bit about the exciting young professionals group that we have. It's just a fantastic group. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Sharon.
Thanks, Josh. Hi, everybody, and welcome again. Good to see Gail and Donna here. So happy that you guys are here and checking out the chamber. Let me tell you a little bit about what YPG is. YPG is a young professionals group within the Anchorage Chamber. The goal is to provide opportunities for young professionals to integrate themselves into the chamber and the business world while networking and having fun. Key on the having fun part. We really, I think, have a very active YPG membership of the chamber. You do not have to be a chamber member to participate in YPG. We do monthly meetings on the second Tuesday of every month. All these are on the calendar that both Karen and Jack had gone over. They're all virtual right now. Once you come to one meeting and one YPG sponsored event, whether it be a networking event or a luncheon, you're an official member and you get your name tag. We do a lot of different community involvement events. This year, we chose civic engagement as what we were going to contribute as a young professional group. And so we sponsored, the Muni had an adoptive precinct program. And so for the primary election and the general election, we had a YPG members man a voting station. It was super awesome. This week, coming up, we have our YPG luncheon on Friday. It's going to be at 49th State Brewing. And then we're going out to hang up lights downtown because they are reinvigorating the City of Lights program. So us as a YPG group are going out to help hang lights for the city. Because of COVID, of course, our events have kind of dwindled a little bit as far as the networking, but we have been able to really implement a lot of online classes and different events that we've put on. Our summit just got postponed, just like everything else. And but we went through a whole bunch of different classes and online tutorials that people could tune in. We had a pancakes with the politician, which was during prior to voting on Super Tuesday, and a lot of other different classes. They're all online on the calendar. I definitely suggest you guys to come and hang out with us. We say that YPG is 21 to 39. We don't card at the door, so we're not going to kick you out if you're a little bit older than that. You just wouldn't be able to run for any official board seats in the YPG executive team. Does anybody have any questions on the Young Professionals group? All right, back to you, Josh.
All right. Thanks, Sharon. Really appreciate you for taking time to visit the group and also to lead such a fantastic group for our young professionals here in Anchorage. Just fantastic with the summit that happens every year. The kind of the board opportunities that those YPG board gets, and then the business meeting and networking opportunities. What a fantastic group. So thank you, Sharon. Next, we usually take some time to spotlight some members that would like to share how the chamber has benefited them. And I'm going to turn it over to Tito. Tito, if you want to take a moment, I know you weren't here at the beginning. If you would like to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your involvement with the chamber and how it's benefited you.
Sure, yeah, thanks for having me. Tito Munoz with Alaska 529. Sorry, my dog might bark here in a second. I think he can hear the mailman coming up the steps. But I think, I've been with Engage with Chamber for about three years now. And I think one thing I've learned in my time is you don't have to be everything to everyone and everywhere at the same place. So pick your spots. Find ways to commit and find ways to engage. And then for me, it was a way to engage through the Ambassador Council. And so I've been doing that with majority of everyone on this call. And it's something that I really enjoy because not only does it align with a lot of my business goals as far as career, but also personal development. And lo and behold, I think over the past years is giving me an opportunity to reconnect with people I haven't seen since high school. I mean, I look at Sharon. Sharon grew up with my brother playing baseball. I mean, I'll tell you a funny story. Sharon would come over to my house and sing karaoke growing up. So I mean, and Casey Kirkby, he just jumped on. We went to high school too. So I mean, there's so many great people who already engage with chamber, and you just don't know about unless you actually engage and you actually get out and meet some friendly faces. So I mean, you'll be very surprised to see that there's a very large family and upbringing of people who just want to make a positive change in Anchorage and really people who want to do good work. So I truly believe that if you want to get involved with chamber, take advantage of it, commit to it, and stay engaged.
Thanks, Tito. Tito's great. And Tito's actually our Ambassador of the Year. So way to go, Tito. He's just a fantastic member of the chamber. So I see another one of our chamber superstars on the line, Mr. David Hannon. And David, I was wanting to see if you could introduce yourself and maybe share a little bit with our new members about how your involvement with the chamber has been a benefit to you.
I would love to, Josh. Thanks for the kind of introduction. It's always difficult following up a gold pan winner like Tito. I was hoping you would share something about Casey Kirkby I didn't know. I can see Sharon seeing karaoke as a youth, but I want some dirt on Casey. So that's what I want to see. So my name is David Hannon. I'm an agent with New York Life. I'm also a financial advisor with Eagle Strategies. I've been volunteering with the chamber for about 6 years now. I've been on the board for a little over a year. And Casey says he pays a lot of hush money. Well, I might have more for you, Tito, so we should go out to lunch and talk about that. Either way, for me, when I first started doing what I'm doing now about 7 years ago, I had gone from being in I'd been in college, I've been, paying my way through college in the food service industry, and I hung out there for a while. And people in the food service industry are typically not interested in financial products, insurance, retirement. They're just in the restaurant industry, So I didn't really have a good initial market. And I was hanging out with a bunch of life insurance agents and financial advisors. I couldn't sell anything to them either. So I was like, where do I go to start cold calling through the phone book? I don't even know if I had a phone book back then, but I started going to the young professionals group in the chamber and then just really immersed myself in the chamber, and it became my new just support group. They kind of walked me through all the challenges I was having. And in my industry, the failure rate is very high. And I owe a lot of my success to the chamber, just their guidance and their support in multiple aspects. And I've given back as much as I can. I continue to give back as a board member, most of the chair of the membership development committee, and we work hand in hand with the ambassadors. And our goal is just to make the community better. And I can't think of a better place to place your business for business success and for the success of the community, especially right now with all the craziness going on. It's a bedrock for education, advocacy for your business, And most of all right now, the value I've seen it is connectivity. This is probably my 5th Zoom call of the day, but it's really nice to have a group that I can just be a part of and talk to them about, you know, the new way things are happening in Anchorage, and the new way things are happening with networking. They're doing a virtual event coming up tomorrow, Business After Hours, and we just did the Gold Pan Awards. And it's really interesting. Networking online like this is not the same as being in person, but it's as good as we can get right now. And the Chamber is leading the front for that. And it's probably gonna be a long winter, and I'm excited to see what they come up with. So I value my membership for the Chamber, and I'm glad to see all you guys on board. And sorry for being late. I had another call I had to pop off of.
Oh, that's okay, David. Thanks so much. David is you know, so highly involved in the Chamber, as you mentioned, on the board, on our ambassador council, on our membership committee, and so great resource for those that, you know, might want to visit with in a little bit more detail. So really appreciate for joining in and sharing, David. At this time, since we have a little bit of time, I'd like to maybe open it up and, you know, give everybody an opportunity, particularly our new guests, to maybe share a little bit about what business needs you have and how we might be able to help in some capacity. Kayla, I'll open up to you. Do you have anything that, you know, that Criterion needs, or that we could help with in any way?
You know, right now we are going through a sort of like a ownership transition right now. So we're kind of figuring out what everybody's positions, and, you know, kind of going back to the basics of policies and procedures, and kind of what we need to do is to grow as a business as the new leadership takes over. And right now, I don't necessarily have any specific questions. It's just nice knowing that we have this opportunity to like network and kind of get to know people and bounce ideas off other people, and, you know, see if anybody's ever gone through something like we're going through and what advice they have to offer. Just excited to kind of just be involved in this new with the Chamber, as well as like part of a growing business and seeing where we can go.
Great. Thanks, Kayla. Perfect. And let's see here. Amanda, anything on your end?
We're here. We've certainly gotten several recommendations to join the Chamber from Sharon, from Tabitha's husband, Tom, and just what a great organization it is and how helpful you guys can be. Of course, I don't know all the ins and outs, but we're hoping to figure that out. We're new to business. We're new to the entertainment part of it, and getting people in our doors is really the hard part. We actually, you know, surprisingly, we've started small. We don't have all our attractions open, and we've been on a really great upward trend every month until November 1st. And I think that's right when all the COVID numbers just skyrocketed and people are afraid to go out. So we're doing our best on social media marketing. I think we need to make more connections with the business community, sort of host some events or something to let people know we're safe. We are socially distanced in just our setup. We even before COVID, it's excessively clean. You know, you sanitize everything in between guests, etc. And just to get that message out, you know, especially now that the numbers are going higher, but through, you know, your membership, we are hoping to gain some more business insight. You know, just any questions we have, it's just nice to have somewhere to go and some resources to have.
Great, thanks. I mean, I think being engaged with the Chamber will definitely help you grow your business. Alayla, did you have anything, you know, after hearing our presentation that you feel like we could help you with from a business perspective, or anybody on the call could?
No, not particularly. I just want to make sure that I express this clearly, that if you have been exposed to COVID or someone in your business has been, you can go to Capstone, and we have a new site open at 301 Callista Court, and you can easily just run through and within 24 hours. And I have had friends that have gotten it quicker, the results back. So it's helpful for small businesses because you can get back to work. And that's what we're trying to accomplish. So.
Sure. Just for those of us on the call, what type of test do you guys offer? Do you offer different types, or?
We do. We have a PCR test, and so it's more detailed than what we have had in the past. And because it's ran right through our labs in state, and we're using in-state employees to help with that, we've employed military wives, which I don't know if you all know this or not, but they're the most underemployed in the nation people group. So we're super thrilled that we're able to employ some of them. And it literally takes 24 hours to get your results back. Most of the time it's quicker than that. So.
Great. Thank you so much. That's
You're
very
welcome.
helpful. That's very helpful for everybody on the call. Michael, do you have anything that sticks out at you from a business perspective that you feel like we could help you out from a chamber perspective?
So I want to take the opportunity to thank my newest member, Tabitha, for being a member of Jack Henry Post 1. We appreciate you, and I appreciate your help in getting this going. I would just say, if you hear any companies working with veterans or active duty, we want to be involved. We want to be a resource, and we want to help. And I think that's how best we can engage with the chamber.
And one of the things we didn't touch on, because it's typically our events coordinator that is the staff liaison, is we have a military committee as well, where like the public relations person from the base, as well as whoever they allot to come to each monthly meeting, it typically varies. That sits on both our board, but also our military committee. It's an early morning meeting. It's the first Thursday of every month at 7:30 in the morning. And right now everything is virtual, but that's something that any member of the chamber can participate in. It might be a really good connection for you.
We will engage.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Really appreciate it. And Isaac, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you coming out to our new membership orientation. I know that you weren't on at the beginning when we kind of gave introductions. So if you want to, feel free to introduce yourself, so our group here can get to know about you and maybe what business you're involved with, and anything that we can help you with. So feel free, Isaac.
Thank you, Josh. And again, I apologize because I have another meeting that went over than expected. So I missed the first part of the meeting. So for the respect of everybody, I have to apologize. So I'm Isaac Dubois, and I work with the business services of the Department of Labor. So I work in a job center in Anchorage at Midtown. So I'm very well versed and familiar with the chamber. I used to attend regularly the meetings in my early years with the department. That was back in 2016. So, and then things get sidetracked because I got more responsibilities. But I can say for sure that I benefited a lot just attending those meetings. The meeting that I believe it was Thursday around 11 to 12. Tabitha can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe things have changed back then. But I benefited from the chamber because it helps me connect. My role was to connect, to do the business connections. That's how we call it. So the business relationship, build that network so that more businesses besides start having more business or having a relationship or business relationship with the Department of Labor. It goes around to helping them feel they are high in need of workforce development. So because I was attending meetings with the chamber, I was able to walk out through that different industry just by being there, which is a very good thing. So I know the chamber is a great resource, and I always, in my outreach effort, I always promote it and encourage employers to reach out to the chamber, especially when they have new places, because I also know that you have a service that help in your business when they have a new space. We can come in and do I believe a ribbon cutting. I don't know that if that's an effect, but that's one of the services that we are attending to, or even that we are attending. I also hear the YPG. I attended 1 or 2 meetings on Mondays. I don't know if things have changed, but because that's what the involvement. So very good, very, very good place to be when it comes to the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce. I know that. So now in this time, now many things are going virtual. We are still operating, though we are not open to the public. The job center is still operating, and the chamber can help us as for now, just that they were doing it before. We have a virtual event going on, a job fair. We call it this one of the biggest job fair that we have in the state. It's a military and spouse job fair. And this year is virtual, just like many other events. And it started on November 9th, and it's gonna go all the way to November 27th. So if an employer wanna be part of it, I will send an email to Tabitha directly with the flyer and the registration form on how to apply. The event is free because it's state funded, so we coordinating that. It's free, and it's another way in during this time of the crisis when we can help employers find employees, or we can help employees, job seekers to find employment in Anchorage. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody in the group. And again, I apologize for coming in late. Thank you.
Oh, we're just so happy that you're able to make it, Isaac. Thank you. Gail, was there anything that we could help you with from a business perspective?
Hi. Well, again, Donna sort of recapped it, but I guess just to emphasize, our main issue is just getting the word out about our new business. Since we did launch this summer, one of our main areas of marketing was going to be doing demonstrations at events, which obviously none of them happened over the summer. And so that removed, a really large tool for us. So I think at this point, really our biggest concern is getting the word out. And so if there's ways the chamber can do that, whether it's through your own events or just spreading the word somehow, because word of mouth is a big factor for us that we've been kind of, charting everybody that comes in, but it's super slow. So getting the word out, and as twofold, the other part of that is, like Donna said, getting the word out that we're safe. As far as all the entertainment businesses out there, I feel like we are one of the safest because it is a smaller place. People are spread out. It is super sanitized. And so really just that marketing aspect of letting people know that we're here is really slow right now. And so anything the chamber can do to help with that would be greatly appreciated.
Perfect. Thank you. On Brian, I know that your partner already kind of talked, but is there anything that you feel like we could help you with?
I think he got most of it. The only other thing is I'm actually looking forward to getting to meet more people and expand the people that I know.
Okay, perfect. Well, I really would like to thank all of our guests on the call today. The Anchorage Chamber is really a fantastic place for you to grow your business, for you to meet new people, and for you to grow personally as well. There's a lot of education and training, networking available, and the people on this call are ready and able to help you. So please let us know if anybody has any questions. But we're going to look forward to seeing you at future events, whether it's virtually or in person down the road. And thank you again for taking the time to attend our Anchorage Chamber of Commerce membership orientation. And hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next event. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Guys, see ya.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Great day, everybody. Tabitha, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where did you post that video?
Which one?
Or have you done the video yet? You haven't done the video yet.